One of the interesting quirks that comes up in electromagnetism when one studies Maxwell's equations is that Maxwell's equations involve electric and magnetic fields, and they propagate transversely. That is, they're perpendicular, transverse, to the direction of propagation of the energy. Now, the energy appears to propagate at the speed of light. And here's where the mystery shows up. The electric field actually has two different types of fields, an E field and a D field, and they're related through something called the electric permittivity. The magnetic fields are of two types, the B field and the H field, and they're related through the magnetic susceptibility. Now, the permittivity and the susceptibility are things that can be measured in a lab. They actually are what are called tensors, but the simplest case, when there's really not a lot of matter involved, is they're just scalars. They're just a number for each of them. And the quirk that shows up here is electric fields and magnetic fields are fields that occur at DC with no activity whatsoever. But the product of the susceptibility and the permittivity, the electric field permittivity and the magnetic field susceptibility, when you multiply those by the speed of light squared, you get 1. Now, the speed of light is the speed of light. That's 186,000 miles per second. So how in the world could these two things that arise at, I'll just say, DC measurements, have anything to do with the speed of light? And in fact, the reason is that what are called free space Maxwell equations are equations that have nothing to do with free space. They're mathematical operations that happen to depict what happens in what we call free space. But what we saw earlier was if we included the effect of the space, the ether, then we got the full real Maxwell's equations. When you don't include the ether, we just end up with this thing of c squared times the permittivity and the susceptibility equals 1. And that's a combinatorial identity due to the symmetry or groups that we're dealing with.